Hello and welcome to the weapon guide for the SWAT-556 assault rifle, which is unlocked at level 10. Remember to leave a comment on this video with your favorite class setup for the SWAT-556 to be featured on next Wednesday's feedback video. The SWAT-556 is the third assault rifle you unlock in Black Ops 2, and it is a burst fire weapon. It has a very high fire rate but a long delay between bursts. At most ranges it will kill in one burst, and with two at any range. I strongly suggest you use select fire for the weapon, especially if you have trouble with burst fire weapons. That said, if you are good with burst fire weapons, don't use select fire, because with it you will have a greatly reduced range and increased recoil. When using the SWAT-556, you have to change your playstyle depending on if you are in burst or full auto mode. If you are in burst mode, it will be difficult to use the SWAT-556 aggressively. You will be much better at range, where you can take advantage of the long range and low recoil of the SWAT-556. In full auto, you have to be much more aggressive due to the low range. Use the SWAT-556 similar to how you would use a submachine gun to get the most out of it. The perks I found most useful with the SWAT-556 were Ghost, Toughness and Dexterity. Ghost isn't as necessary if you aren't using select fire, instead Blind Eye would be a much better choice. But with select fire you have to be close to enemies, which will be difficult to do if the enemies can see you on the radar. Toughness is important regardless of whether you use select fire or not, since flinching will be a problem under both circumstances. Tactical Mask will help you survive when enemies throw tactical equipment at you. For the rest of the guide I will assume you are using select fire. I like quick draw on the SWAT-556 as the reduced aim time is of great benefit when you are close to the enemies. With it, you shouldn't bother with Hipfire unless enemies are very close to you, since you can aim down the sights almost instantly. Fast mag reduces the reload time, which isn't a key problem with the SWAT-556. Due to the small magazine and high fire rate, you will run out of bullets in a magazine during a fight frequently, but fast mag won't help you out since you will likely be dead long before you have finished reloading. The foregrip is nice, but it isn't necessary since at close range recoil isn't much of a problem. It will help you out should you spot an enemy at long range. The SWAT-556 has a high fire rate and good damage, so any gunfight won't last long enough for the stock to help you out. That said, if you are facing more than one enemy, sometimes it can be useful since you can strafe more easily to avoid the other enemy's fight whilst taking care of them one at a time. The laser sight will help you out with Hipfire. The SWAT-556 is well suited to being fired from the hip due to the high fire rate. Regardless, I found that Hipfire wasn't very reliable. The suppressor will keep you off the radar. This is very useful since you are using the SWAT-556 at close range, where you get the most benefit out of the suppressor, but your range will be reduced even further, which will make anything but close range a nightmare. The SWAT-556 has 6 optical attachments. I'm not sure whether this is a bug, but I was unable to use the hybrid optic together with select fire. The iron sights of the SWAT-556 are a little clunky and difficult to use, so if you find iron sights hard to use normally, you'll have a lot of trouble with the SWAT-556. But all the other attachments pose such great benefits that using an optical attachment carries a great cost that I don't think is worth it. The SWAT-556 has high damage, so to make sure you can always deliver that high damage, use FMJ to make it easier to shoot through walls and enemies. I found that I often ran out of bullets and magazine, and also out of bullets altogether. Extended clip will help out with both problems. So there you go, that is my preferred class setup with the SWAT-556. Leave a comment on this video with your favorite class setup with the SWAT-556 for a chance to be featured on next Wednesday's feedback video, where I take a look at the classes you like and give some opinions on them. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.